What's up, Rolligators? How you doing? I'm the Real Manos, and this is the weekly comics poll, where I take a look at this week's comics I bought and tell you if I liked them, and then you comment maybe. I don't know. Hey, it's also brought to you by my comic book publisher. I am a small-time comic book publisher, the Manos Publishing, and issue 4 of Red Knight is available right now over at manospublishing.com. It's available in print, like these guys, and digital. And if you've never heard of the book, all 4 issues are available in print and digital. So, with that said, let's get into it big, bold, brassy, and sassy. What kind of books did I buy this week? Well, I bought some Marvel books. I bought 4. Let's see. I got the Immortal She-Hulk, Daredevil 22, Spider-Woman number 4, and X of Swords, part 1 of 22. What the hell? Okay, let's do it. A little bit of a note here. I am going to review X of Swords number 1 separately from the poll, so I am not going to be talking about it in this video. You're going to have to check it out in the next video that I post, which should be in a day or so after this. Alright, so let's get going. I'm going to start with the one I was most eager for. That was Immortal She-Hulk, number 1. It's a one-shot, and it's from Al Ewing, and the artist, I believe, was John Davis. Now, this picks up from what got left over from Empire, where She-Hulk apparently had gotten killed and came back to life, and we're left wondering, well, what the hell is that about? Is this connected to what's going on in the Immortal Hulk? And it sure is. Matter of fact, this is a really nicely told I don't know, let's say wrap up, but a nicely told kind of retelling of She-Hulk's kind of story, starting back all the way from getting shot by the mob and Bruce Banner like saving her with a blood transfusion. She actually died during that, and during that she got this vision, which she probably forgot. It was probably like kind of a flash to her. But of course she came to and became the She-Hulk that we all know and love. And then we review in, let's see, we cut to Wolverine, where they're taking out kind of what's left over from the whole event comic. And they have this nice conversation about dying and coming back, which is kind of cool to see superheroes who have died and come back have this kind of conversation. Like, what's that about? How do you deal with this? And Wolverine's kind of taking it in stride, while Jennifer's kind of having issues. We get a flash of her death over in Civil War II, where we get to kind of see her vantage point of Tony and Carol like arguing over her bedside, and then she has this creepy encounter with Brian Banner, Bruce Banner's horribly monstrous, abusive, dead dad. And we even get a nice couple panels of her finding out about, in case you don't know too much Hulk history, Brian is Bruce Banner's father, and he killed his mother. He killed Bruce's mother, his wife. And he's a horrible, evil, just all-around awful person. And a lot of what he did to Bruce has been reflected in the Hulk. He's just a monster of a person. Anyway, they have this really creepy, kind of like a couple pages of dialogue here where, you know, she has it out for him. And he tells her about the Green Door, which is, of course, connected to what's going on in the Hulk books. And he's, like, studying and stuff like that. We get another cool scene of her and Thor talking. And Thor's a god, and he is even telling her that nobody is really immortal. Not even gods. Not even Galactus. That's a really cool scene. That's connected to what's going on here. We get to see her death during the Kotati Invasion and Empire, and she has a conversation with the leader, and that's a really creepy look he's got going on. And we get this feeling that he has locked away her door, so she doesn't have an out if she dies again. This is really good. Now, I tend to prefer my She-Hulk a little on the lighter, adventurous side, but wow, this is really done well. I really enjoyed this quite a bit. And of course, it does kind of finally connect Jen a little bit more to the Immortal Hulk stuff. We get to kind of get a little more of an explanation of why she has been behaving in the way she does since she came back. Since she came back from Civil War II, she has not been right. She has been more like the Hulk than She-Hulk, and this kind of lays a little bit of explanation here. This great book, 5 out of 5 Ram Chips, highly recommend. I'm going to spoil it right now. This is the best book of the week. Definitely check it out. All right. Normally, this book is usually the best book of the week. This is Daredevil Number 22, and this is by Chip Zdarsky. And who did the art on this? It's a different artist. It's Francesco Moli. And we are dealing with the trial of Daredevil. And because of Marvel New York City law, he doesn't have to take his mask off. He doesn't have to take his gloves off. He doesn't have to identify himself because he's a known superhero and he can prove that he is him. That's good. That's good grammar. Foggy is his lawyer, so he's going on trial for manslaughter of that. I forgot the criminal's name, but the guy he accidentally killed in issue 1 of this series. He is able, very fortunately, to get parole, so I mean he doesn't have to spend the time in jail during the trial. And of course he does what he always does, the stupidest thing in the world, and he goes and fights crime and gets in trouble. But that's mainly as an excuse to kind of get and talk to Iron Man, Tony Stark. He and Tony have a conversation because he wants to see if Tony can buy out the property that the Stormwinds have been owning and using to their advantage. And he's not sure if that's worth doing. They have that argument. So it's kind of nicely written because it remembers that for all the good Tony is, he's still a billionaire who kind of cares first about maintaining, profits and everything like that. And then, of course, we get a bunch of cool, fun surprises. An old girlfriend comes back. We get to see what's going on with Kingpin and Typhoid Mary. Great stuff. This is one of the best running titles right now. Marvel, DC, whatever brand. Really great stuff. Daredevil issue 22. 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. Now let's run over to Spider-Woman and Spider-Woman number 4. Now I've been really digging this series. This is, let's see, Carla, I'm always kind of tricked up on her, the pronunciation of her last name. It's Pechko? Carla Pechko and, Pierre Perez. And I had no idea that this series, or at least the first story arc of this series, was going to tie into Spider-Woman's very complicated origin. She has more of a complicated origin than you may think. And one of the interesting things about it is the more you dig into her origin, the more complicated it gets. Like, oh, hey, she was bitten by a spider as a child and was going to die, and her dad gave her some super serum that saved her life and gave her spider powers. And then we realized that, oh, he was working for Hydra, was doing an experiment, and all these other things. And it's just gotten more and more dense. And one of the things we thought was her mom was dead. And last issue, we discovered that she is not dead. She is quite well. Matter of fact, the dead body she did see in the past was a clone that she had made up. She's like thinking, that's a Marvel death right there. Like, oh, just get a clone and throw it in there, and people think I'm dead. Not bad. This reunion is cut short. By the way, she's realized that the guy she's been working for is actually her brother. His daughter that she's been protecting is her niece. This is all kind of shocking to her. And as they have this out, they're attacked by Octavia, the Ice Queen, and she is a villain whose father, Jessica, killed not too long ago, and she's been after what her mom has, and she goes in on her attack. She has these army of henchmen show up, and this is really interesting as far as Perez's artwork. I really love his artwork a lot. And I did notice this panel right here. I was looking at the faces, and I'm like, oh, they're all kind of drawn alike. I guess he was taking a shortcut there, because they're like, yeah, dark-haired, blonde-haired white guys and some black guys, and they all kind of still have the same face. And I was like, oh, okay, I thought that was a little, like, a little bit cutting time. But no, they were robots. That's why they all have the same face. That was really nicely thought out, and it paid off. And if you weren't paying attention, you could go back and look. That was really cool. I really like that. I also like Octavia's like Hydra-like costume here. It's nice, strong design. A crazy battle ensues because there are Wendigon, and Jessica and her family lead a kind of army of monster dinosaur hybrid animals to fight them off. This is great stuff. I really, really enjoyed this. It ends with a really cool cliffhanger, which I really won't spoil. There's a really cool visual within the cliffhanger. I've been digging this a lot. This is really good stuff. I picked it up out of curiosity. I really love Spider-Woman, so I thought, let me give the first issue a shot. And I've really been sticking with it. I've really been kind of invested in what's going on here. And then after this kind of... It's actually a really good idea to kind of like revisit the origin with the first arc on here. You know, kind of get everybody up to speed if you're not too invested or you even understand who Spider-Woman is. You probably know who she is, but, you know, want to check it out. It was really smart to really go in here. And not right off the bat. Like, this book didn't really explain it in the first issue where we were going, so that was really cool reveal once we got here. I'm going to also give this 5 out of 5 ram chips. We've had a very good week this week, I thought. What did you think? Did you read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you hate them? Is there anything you want to recommend to me that I'm not reading? Let me know in the comments below. You can like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. All this stuff helps me. So, you know, it's free. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost you anything. But it does cost if you want to get some my books. My novel, Davida, is available on Kindle, by the way, if you're an ebook guy. Let's see. And Red Knight is, like I said, available, and issues 1 through 4 on manospublishing.com. Well, that's it for this week. Stay tuned. In a couple of days, I'll be throwing you a review of the first issue of X of Swords. We'll take a look at that. All right, I think that's it, so push the button.